ప్లేయర్ మళ్ళీ అలా వెనక్కి వెళ్ళడం ఫుట్బాల్ అవన్నీ ఆడుతుందంటే అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సిన విషయం అంటే అవుట్ ఫీల్డ్ కూడా అంత తడిగా ఏమీ లేదు విచ్ ఇస్ ఎ గుడ్ సైన్. అది మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది. సో అతి త్వరగా మ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. వీళ్ళకైతే ఉత్సాహం ఉల్లాసం ఏమాత్రం తగ్గట్లేదు. ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇంకా ఒక బాల్ కూడా వేయలేదు కాబట్టి వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ సైడ్ నుంచి ఆ ఎనర్జీ అలా ఇద్దామని ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. పూర్తిగా మొత్తం మ్యాచ్ జరిగే అవకాశాలు ఉంటాయి. ఎందుకంటే 2 గంటల పాటు ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయొచ్చు ఆటని. అది ప్లే ఆఫ్స్ కి తీసుకొచ్చిన ఆ సవరణ అన్నమాట. ప్లేయింగ్ కండిషన్స్ లో అదొకటి కూడా ఉంది కాబట్టి టెన్షన్ లేదమ్మా. ఇక నదబడ కూడా ఎంఎస్కే సంతోషం
చెప్పేశారుగా. ఇట్స్ గుడ్ సైన్. ఎందుకంటే సీజన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో లైక్ దట్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ అయిపోయింది. మన ఎర్లీ మాన్సూన్స్ వచ్చేసినాయి. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఒక కారణం సౌత్ నుంచి షిఫ్ట్ చేసిన కారణం కూడా అదే. ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నా కొద్దిగా గొప్ప వర్షాలు పడవని, బట్ వర్షాలు పడుతున్నాయి. హ్యావింగ్ సెడ్ దట్
ఆప్షన్స్ లేవు, వేరే ఆప్షన్స్ ఏమి లేవు. దే నీడ్ టు ప్లే. ఏదైతే బెస్ట్ క్రికెట్ ఉందో ఆడాల్సిందే. కవర్ వేసారా, కవర్ తీసారా, వర్షం పడుతుందా, ఏం కుదరవు ఇక్కడ. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఫస్ట్ బ్యాటింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి గ్యారంటీ ఒక పెద్ద స్కోర్ కొట్టాలి. అది కొడితేనే పంజాబ్ కింగ్స్ లాంటి టీంని ఆపగలుగుతారు. లేకపోతే లీగ్ ఫేస్లో లాస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ ఏం జరిగింది, 184ని ఎలా చేజ్ చేశారో చూసాం. సో అదే జరిగే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి వేరే ఆలోచనలు ఏం లేవు.
అవన్నీ లేవు. పిచ్ పరిస్థితి ఎలా ఉంది, వాతావరణ పరిస్థితులు ఏంటి పట్టించుకోకుండా బ్యాటింగ్ చేయాలంటున్నారు. రోహిత్ శర్మ అది చేసే సమర్థుడే. ఎంతో కాలం నుంచి ఆడుతున్నాడు కాబట్టి ఐ థింక్ రెడీగా ఉంటాడే దీనికోసం.
ఆల్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ గేమ్స్లో వెన్ ఇట్ రియలీ మ్యాటర్స్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. దట్స్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ వాట్ లాస్ట్ మ్యాచ్లో తను చేసింది. ఏంటంటే అవతల యాక్చువల్గా మంచి స్టార్ట్ జానీ బేస్తో ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత కొంచెం సమయం తీసుకున్నాడు. ఇక దాని తర్వాత 2 అవకాశాలు వచ్చినాయి. బట్ ద వే హీ పేస్ దట్ ఇన్నింగ్ ఎంత చక్కగా పేస్ చేయగలిగాడు. ఫాస్ట్ బౌలర్స్ని, స్పిన్నర్స్ని సరదాగా ఆడుకున్నాడు వాళ్ళందరినీ. అండ్ ఈ సంవత్సరం యాక్చువల్గా లేటెస్ట్ స్టేజ్ సెకండ్ హాఫ్లో ఎంత చక్కగా పర్ఫామ్ చేశాడో. ఎస్, ఛాంపియన్ క్రికెటర్స్ దే వెయిట్ ఫర్ ది ఒకేషన్. అదే ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా తను చేసింది. సూపర్ నాక్ ఇది అండ్ మ్యాచ్ విన్నింగ్ నాక్ కింద మారిపోయింది.
80 పరుగులు పైగా స్కోర్ చేయడం, మ్యాచ్ గెలిపించడం, ప్లేయర్ ఆఫ్ ద మ్యాచ్ గా మారడం. ఇక్కడ ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఉన్న సాయశక్తిలా కృషి చేస్తున్నారు. అత్యంత వేగంగా ఈ మ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దామని చెప్పేసి. అండ్ అదే కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ జరుగుతుంది. ఇక్కడ వర్షం కూడా ఆగిపోయింది. ఇక్కడ చిన్న ఆ తుప్పర్లు అబ్బాయి ఇవేం పెద్ద పట్టించుకోవద్దమ్మా, వచ్చేస్తుంది మ్యాచ్. అంత లోపల రోహిత్ శర్మ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఏంటో అది చూసుకుంటూ వేరే పనులు ఏమైనా ఫినిష్ చేసుకోండి, వెనక్కి వచ్చి మ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం.
शायद इम्पोर्टेंट वो बन गया था कि टूर्नामेंट कैसे जीते, टूर्नामेंट जीतने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा. एंड रिकी पॉन्टिंग ऑनेस्टली काफ़ी हेल्पफुल थे. उन्होंने इतने बड़े ट्रॉफीज जीते इतने बड़े टीम के साथ. तो उनसे सीखना, उनके माइंड को अंडरस्टैंड करना कि वो कैसे अप्रोच करेंगे, क्या करेंगे, तो उनका भी हेल्प काफ़ी था उस टाइम. जो मुझे लगता था मैं वो करने की कोशिश करता था, क्योंकि मैं अपने आप पे भरोसा करना चाहता था कि जो भी मैं करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ उस पर मेरे को पूरा भरोसा है. And then just go with that thought process.
Rohit Sharma, as the captain of the Mumbai Indians, picked his spot nicely. Given the job
thought process.
Rohit Sharma as the captain of the Mumbai Indians. Picked his spot nicely and given the job. Nicely and given the job.
Run the team.
योर कैप्टनसी इसमें जो तरीके होते हैं आप भी सीखते जा रहे हो लेकिन मैन मैनेजमेंट हैज बीन वन ऑफ योर बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ्स रोहित ऐसे इंस्टेंसेस थे जब आपने रियलाइज किया कि इस प्लेयर को वन ऑन वन चाहिए इससे मैं बुला के बात करूंगा तो आपने उसे बुलाया हो या आप उसके पास गए हो योर बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ्स रोहित ऐसे इंस्टेंसेस थे जब आपने रियलाइज किया कि इस प्लेयर को वन ऑन वन चाहिए इससे मैं बुला के बात करूंगा तो आपने उसे बुलाया हो या आप उसके पास गए हो
वैसे करना चाहिए था और कुछ लड़कों को पसंद नहीं है कि आप सबके सामने बात करो. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू नीड द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ दिस गाय, वेदर टेक हिम आउट फॉर अ डिनर, वेदर इन द ग्राउंड, इन अ कॉर्नर समवेयर, डू इट. सो ऐसे बहुत से अलग अलग तरीके हैं, बट यू हैव टू फाइंड दैट
राइट वन. अब चलते हैं जो हमें लगता है कि इस पूरी लिस्ट में वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेवरेट फाइनल्स मेरा है, बहुत फैंस का भी होगा क्योंकि लास्ट बॉल थ्रिलर्स कैप्टन्स के लिए कैसे होते हैं वो भी जानते हैं, लेकिन पहले 11 runs needed of 6 balls. पुणे की टीम ज्यादा रन्स बोर्ड पे नहीं, 7 रन 5 गेंदे. मिचेल जॉनसन का एक्सपीरियंस है, यहां से इट स्टार्टेड टू टर्न. रोहित, टेक मी थ्रू द लास्ट ओवर. बहुत बातचीत बीच में हो रही थी. You were involved in Mitchell Johnson a lot. You were involved in changing the fields a lot. Is this your favorite final?
Has to be. Because 129 रन 2019 भी कुछ ऐसे ही था, if I am not wrong.
ये पहले लास्ट बॉल देखते हैं.
Gets it in the gap. Won't be good enough though. They have to try. Pati Patel rips the bails off. Mumbai Indians, Vivo IPL champions 2017.
Did he just stay put and he was just watching the fielder?
मैं हिला ही नहीं वहां से, जब तक थ्रो आके उन्होंने पार्थिव ने स्टंप नहीं उड़ाया तब तक मैं भाग नहीं वहां से. आई वाज जस्ट वाचिंग इट. नहीं देखिए, बहुत मतलब मैं इतना नर्वस था कि पूछो मत. अभी पहले तो मेरे पास 2-3 ऑप्शन थे कि किसको बॉल कराना है उस टाइम पे, एंड देन आई जस्ट वेंट बैक टू द experienced bowler at that point, and Mitchell Johnson.
So you go with experience, you go with gut feel.
दोनों
Mixed up.
दोनों. गट फील भी मेरा यही था कि मिचेल जॉनसन के पास जा भाई. अंदर से आवाज भी यही आ रही थी कि उसके पास जा, वो काम करेगा. बिकॉज आई हैव प्लेड विथ हिम बिफोर इन 2013, सो आई नो हाउ ही थिंक्स, माइंड कैसे चलता है उनका. और गट्सी तो है ही, इतने साल से हमने देखा है कि कैसे बॉलिंग किया है उन्होंने. स्टीव स्मिथ 50 ऑड पे बैटिंग कर रहे थे. अभी आप 11 रन चाहिए या 10 रन चाहिए ओवर में, एंड पहले बॉल पे अगर आपको चौका मिल जाएगा, 7 रन चाहिए आपको 5 बॉल में, then you are thinking was this is the game for us. I'm talking about from the opposition angle. तो उस टाइम में मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि यार मैच आप पहले बॉल जीतते कैसे हो. जैसे हर टाइम अगर आप विकेट लेते रहोगे ना तो आप मैच जीतोगे. अगर विकेट नहीं लोगे तो मैच नहीं जीतोगे, चाहे वो 200 रन हो या 120 रन हो. आपको हर इंटरवल्स में विकेट लेना जरूरी है. तो उस टाइम पे भी 2 बॉल के बाद मैंने मिच को पूछा जाके कि आपके पास विकेट टेकिंग वाला ऑप्शन कौन सा है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द बेस्ट बॉल टू बोल टू गेट हिम आउट. तो ये उसने मुझे बताया कि मैं स्लोअर बॉल डालता हूँ क्योंकि बॉल विकेट में फंस रहा है, अगर वो मारने देखेगा तो बॉल खड़ा हो सकता है. तो उस टाइम पे भी मेरे को दैट्स आई थिंक दैट इज परफेक्ट कि आपके पास विकेट टेकिंग वाला ऑप्शन कौन सा है.
That it turns a 20-over game into a 16-over game, and when Bumrah is playing, but it's kind of, even if you just cut the exaggeration there, I think it's genuinely 18 overs, because most of his opposition, when you think about through phases, are going at 10s and over. I mean, this year when it's been a game changer, in particular since the impact sub rules come along, when we've got an extra batter. It's 20 runs more, and we've heard every captain talking about that now for some time, since the rule was created anyway. So a 200 total is now a 220, 230 plus total. And even on a tricky wicket, you get to a 155 wicket, turns into a 175 wicket. So that margin, and we're talking about such small margins in the reduced formats of the game, it just means that you've got that added advantage when he's in the team, and the results back that up. No king bowler, no Bumrah, not many wins. Bumrah, wins galore.
18 times the Mumbai Indians have now defended 200 plus total successfully. Every time they've scored 200 plus, they've had an opportunity to do that. Will they have an opportunity to do that today, mind you, because Punjab Kings have put them into bat. We're still waiting to see the main cover, the square cover, when it will be coming off. So we'll update you that in terms of timings. But breaking down Jasprit Bumrah and just how mercurious he's been, that is something that Varun Aaron can explain better.
Welcome to T20 Superpower. I'm here with my Apple iPad and pencil, decode Jasprit Bumrah's superpowers. Not superpowers, but his one main superpower, and that's the Yorker. If we have a look at his Yorkers, it's very hard for a batsman to score off them. That's because he's got angle, the ball dips, and even when the ball is not reversing, he gets the ball to tail into the batsman, and that's why they miss even the balls he bowls in the slot. Not just in the slot, but even his low full tosses are very hard to get away. And if we have a look at a pitch map which shows his economies, the point gets reiterated even further. Bumrah in the Yorker, obviously 4.6 to others 6.1. But when we talk about slot balls and full tosses, in full tosses Bumrah goes at 6.7, others 11.8, and in the slot Bumrah 6.8 and others 10.8. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because when we have a look at his action, Jasprit Bumrah bowls from an angle, yes, we all know that, but when he releases the ball, his front foot is obviously wide of the crease, and I'm drawing this line to just show you that. But what actually makes a difference is his release. So his release is further wide of the crease, which creates a huge angle. But what most bowlers who bowl from so wide of the crease do is their wrist falls. But Bumrah, his wrist remains dead straight. And that's why he can make those adjustments even at the final moment of his delivery. This ball to Washington Sundar could be the ball of the IPL. When we have a look at Bumrah, another factor of Bumrah is his ball dipping. He puts so much revs on the ball, and we all know the more revs you put on the ball, the further your ball is going to dip. The red tracer is Deepak Chahar, similar height to Jasprit Bumrah. The blue one, Bumrah. So when you actually see the ball coming at you, you feel like it's going to pitch a lot fuller than it actually pitches, and it's on to you a lot sooner. So this is Jasprit Bumrah, a master who might provide us another masterclass. So if Punjab want to win today, take down Jasprit Bumrah and enter the final.
That was quite something from Varun explained. Well, now we know where the square covers were on. Unfortunately, the rain has come down again. This looks like a little bit of a short, sharp spell, so much so that people do have to literally run for the cover. So now that explains it a little bit.
And I've got to say, it kind of answers my frustration, because I was looking out and it hadn't started raining for at least 20 minutes there. So the ground had been completely mopped up and there was still movement in the covers, and just sort of felt maybe the radar, the groundsmen were all over it, because now that confirms it is quite heavy rain.
Well, even if it's the Australian thing, Punjab Kings are now back in the hut. They're not out there in this rain, though.
Yeah, they're gone now as well.
Now they're not back out
Let's hope they're not doing what I'm thinking they might be doing.
But I mean, Sunny Ji, look, it's a big match. The anxiety, the nerves, this couldn't be easy for either one of those sides sitting in the dugout. It's certainly the fans have got a little bit of nervousness and anxiety running through them. RCB are sitting back just wondering, who do we have to plan for? You know, those game plans start tomorrow, essentially. Couldn't be fun to have to wait so long.
No, it's not easy. But the best thing is that the game hasn't started. If the game had started, something had happened 2-3 overs, then people would be thinking about what happened, trying to sort of rectify if it hasn't gone their way. At the moment, the game hasn't started. So both the teams will be nervous. They'll be anxious to get going. They don't want to sit down inside. They don't want a reduced game. Maybe Punjab might want it because they're batting second. But sports persons don't like sitting in the change room.
they want to be out there trying to do what they know best, and that is how, in cricket, bat, ball, field.
I thought you were going to say classroom then.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say classroom.
No, not classroom. I mean, there would be a classroom at the end of the day if there's another match the next day. You're trying to show that this is what happened, but not now. Now you just,
I hope Ricky Ponting took his Punjab Kings to the classroom, because they've got a lot of different options that they've got to fill if they're going to compete against Mumbai Indians tonight after that performance in the first qualifier. So they need to really go to school on their game for this match. They're coming up against a rampant Mumbai Indians that have got a really buoyancy around them after the first eliminator. So just, lots of things to consider for this match.
And remember, we have an extension. We don't lose overs till 9:30. So we have time till then to still be able to get an opportunity to get a full 20 overs out. We'll keep updating you on that. Punjab Kings did win that toss to put Mumbai Indians into bat first. We had spoken with both our analysts. They said, these are the conditions where you expect to see runs. With the little bit of the rain, with the wickets being under cover, the little bit of the moisture. Now, what does that do for your return when you're a batter? Like, how does the ball really come onto the bat then?
well, the ball will skid onto the bat a little bit more, because even if the pitch is covered, there'll be a little bit of sweating, and which will mean that that damp will get the ball to skid a little bit more. It may not bounce as much because it will just skid through, but which will actually mean for somebody like a Rohit Sharma, just marginally short, go into and play that pull shot. But it will also likely, depending on the height of the bowler, might climb a little bit. So he's got to watch out for that. But and the bowler, it'll be a wet ball. Even if it's a hard new ball, it's a wet ball. Nobody wants to bowl with no bowler. Seam bowler, spin bowler especially. But no new ball bowler wants to bowl with a wet ball. The dry ball you'll be able to curve it a little bit. Once it gets a little bit wet, difficult.
I reckon the white ball really swings a lot. We've seen, obviously, Trent Bolt has the ability to be able to swing the white ball, but from a batting point of view, when it has been raining, it'll just liven up the grass a little bit. It has got a very good layer of grass on it. It's probably 50-50, 50 in terms of 50% sort of rolled into the wicket, and the other 50% sort of sitting proud onto the wicket. So that to me says that it might be a bit too paced. If it kind of hits the live grass, especially with a bit of moisture on it, it'll skip through and you'll get a bit of sideways movement. The swing will stop because the ball will, as Sonny said, it'll get wet. But that it'll continue maybe another 3 or even 4 overs whilst the hardness and the newness of the ball wears off. And if it does hit the live grass, it'll come through nicely.
You mentioned Trent Bolt. We often say that lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice. Now, if you're Trent Bolt, that lightning bolt has struck now 32 times in the first over that he's bowled, the most that we've had in the IPL. Let's hear how he was feeling just before the toss.
Trent Bolt, in the middle of an outstanding season, joins us. 8 wins out of the last 10 matches. Trent, after the start, what in your mind produced that turnaround?
It's $1 million question, I think. I think guys have just stood up at crucial parts of the tournament. Obviously, everyone understands how long the tournament is, and it's just the beauty of it. It ebbs and flows, and yeah, hopefully it's flowing at the right time of the tournament. So obviously a huge game tonight, huge crowd expected. It's going to be a good one.
There's a feeling going around that maybe Mumbai Indians start favourites. Do you agree? Do you believe?
Hey, I think they're a successful side, franchise, obviously, an illustrious history, and they know how to play finals cricket. So it's a great camp to be in, a part of, but obviously it's a crucial game for both teams. So really looking forward to the challenge.
You've been part of that history too. Now this year you're bowling a lot at the depth, working hard on those Yorkers.
Always trying to improve, Harsha. Yeah, I think the new ball hasn't swung around as much as a few bowlers would have liked, but you know, that's the challenge with coming to this part of the world. It's never what you expect, but I'm pretty sure we're expecting a good wicket here tonight. It's a big scoring ground, and yeah, hopefully it's a great spectacle for everyone.
I'm looking up behind where you are, and I see the flags are fluttering. A bit of swing, finally, maybe?
Yeah, hey, hopefully. As a swing bowler, I'd always love to see it swinging around, but yeah, I think it's a battle of 2 quality sides. Obviously, guys have played some brilliant cricket throughout the tournament, but there's some good matchups. Just hoping to have a great afternoon.
They're calling you B&B, Bolt and Bumrah. What's it like playing bowling with him?
B&B also stands for bed and breakfast, so there's been none of that. But yeah, Bums needs no introduction. He's phenomenal. The impact that he's made this season, coming in after missing the first couple of games, it's been phenomenal. So always a pleasure to bowl with him, and I know he's going to play a huge role tonight.
Maybe you will too. I'll search for the swing with you as well. Cheers.
Thanks, Asha.
Smiling assassin, Trent Bolt. I mean, he's actually vintage. If you think about the tremendous amount of experience that he has, but continues to deliver in big match situations in the IPL. He's just fit into that Mumbai Indians lineup.
Yes, I think he's got the experience and the way he comes in and bowls on these surfaces, which are not really helpful for him. It's a movement that he gets in the air and the lines that he bowls to different batters that gets him those wickets. The one that he bowled to Shubman Gill the other day was something that Shubman Gill has swatted away quite comfortably in the earlier matches. This one moved just that little bit, not too much, and that's where the shot got defeated. He missed it and he was out plumb LBW. So that's the kind of thing that he does. You don't want prodigious movement. Prodigious movement means, you know, you're going to miss the edge of the bat. It looks great. Oh, what well bowled. But the batter is still there. Batter is not out. You want to move it just that little bit, whether you defeat the batter, get him bowled, or get him caught.
And also his utility at the back end, you know, that's again the beauty that Mumbai had when Deepak Chahar was fit, to be able, who also swings it at the top, to have him, to have Bolt, to have Bumrah, and Hardik just filling in the middle.
Yeah, I've got the feeling that Hardik actually might come into his own on this wicket, though, in the power play this evening, because it has got that live grass, and as I mentioned. But just further on Sonny's point as well, when the expectation for the top three is to score at